12-minute quarters, Jake. And welcome into the Hunt School. We are streaming live the Hunt School versus the Hill Academy here from the Hunt School. It's been a miserable, really rainy day, but weather is perfect enough to get some lacrosse in. I'm joined today by Pete Gillen, former standout at the University of Virginia, and we're ready to see some pretty good high school lacrosse action. Pete, when I saw the Hill Academy on the schedule, it's something that jumps out to you. It's something that jumps out to everybody. One of the best teams, if not the best team in the entire world. What do you think Hunt's mindset is coming into this game?
Hunt's played some big games over the past couple of years, but nothing quite like this. Their win over IMG Academy last year is the only school that is really similar to Hill Academy in terms of how they approach playing lacrosse. So this will be a real challenge for them this year.
Alex Semler will be doing the face-off duties for the Hunt School. He will be headed to Georgetown in a couple years, and Hunt will win it off the bat. Owen Black takes it now, number 44, the senior captain, heading to Villanova University. Hill Academy is 9-0 on the year. The Raiders are 9-4 on the year. A couple big wins mixed in. This is an extremely talented bunch, a team that is coming off a trip to the finals of the Interact Championship. Here's Matt Schleicher, fires at the goal, and a beautiful save made by the goaltender for Canada Prep. And that is Hunt's first shot of the game, and first attempt for the Raiders. In goal is Josh Curson for the Hill Academy.
This is where Hunt's got to pay some close attention defensively. This team is very explosive. Will look to score quickly.
It's a very explosive team who kind of gets their training in box lacrosse, which is played in an indoor, obviously a hockey rink without the ice, of course, and it really leads to their fast-paced attacking offense. And their first attempt will be thwarted away. That's Kyle Horahan, who will grab the ground ball, and he'll cross midfield for the Raiders. So that's a good defensive stop there for Hunt. Here's Horahan's going to try it on net, and that's another beautiful stop by Curson.
Hunt's going to hope to play fast. They like to score before the defense can get set, but that probably wasn't the shot they wanted at that point.
And here's a first shot attempt for the Hill Academy, stopped by John Levine, and a huge hit taken there by Jake Keller. Tanner Cook with the hit for the Hill Academy. These are grown men on the field here. So Keller with a nice welcome to this game. Levine headed to Princeton next year, will outlet it to Owen Black. A nice spin move by Black. And he'll stop, and the Raiders will set up their offense. Matt Schleicher headed to Delaware next year. At the top, gets it over to James Campbell. Here's Campbell with it once again. And there's sort of a stigma with some of the teams that are used to playing box lacrosse that defense is an afterthought, not with this Hill Academy team.
No, they're actually bringing four defensemen to the U19 national team for Canada next year. Actually, half of the team for Canada is made up of Hill Academy kids.
Yep, 10 of the 24 will be headed to play for the U19 Canadian national team. Here's Luke.
There's one.
Verbinski, and he gets the Raiders on the board. Verbilski, headed to Villanova University next year. Luke, the leading scorer for the Raiders, gets Hunt on the board with a 1-0 lead. And this Hunt team is loaded with some really talented players. Obviously, they knew what kind of a task was ahead of them today, but everybody was pretty confident. Looking at them in the locker room, coming down from classes, they seem pretty confident. They have nothing to lose in this scenario.
And this couldn't be a better start for Hunt to get on the board early, really take care of those nerves, and maybe say, hey, we can run with these guys.
Semler looking to win his second face-off today. And this will be taken by, still up for debate, and the Raiders will take it, but we have a stoppage right here. That was Mike Farnish, headed to Notre Dame next year, who's going to give it up for the Raiders. And the Hill Academy will set up their offense. Rainy day here If we do have any technical difficulties, that's what we're blaming it on. It's pretty wet up here. We're under a canopy that was probably about 15 years old. Shot attempt by Riley Curtis is no good. Decent crowd here. The baseball team has the day off. They're out in force supporting the lacrosse team. Good support amongst programs here at the Hun School.
This is the quarterback for Hill Academy, number 7. Scored 8 goals against the US U19 team earlier this season.
Jeff Teat, headed to Cornell University next year, is a remarkable player and is sure to dazzle here today. Can fit into very, very tight spaces, extremely athletic and fearless, as you see that pass right there, which goes astray. Fighting forward is Griffin Maroney. We have a whistle, and this will go to Hill Academy. With it now is Dalton Follows, who will get it back out to Riley Curtis. Hill Academy, written up in Sports Illustrated this week, a great article about the school and about the program. Beautiful look inside, and Curtis ties it up. Teat, very patient behind the net, behind the goal, and Curtis made himself available, skirted past a couple Hun defenders who had their backs to him, and puts it in to tie it up here with 8 minutes to go in the first period.
Hun School went to a zone there, trying to slow down this offense. Could be problematic with these kids who handle the ball so well. They're going to need pressure on the feeders, or they're going to see a lot of that today. So we'll be interested to see what Coach Whitlow does in the next possession.
Hun's defense led by Chris Fake, the junior, headed to the University of Virginia. Kyle Horahan headed to Williams. Mike Farnish headed to Notre Dame University. So if there's a group of 3 that could be up for the task, I think it might be these guys. Semler fighting for possession once again at the face-off circle, and he gets it. Still fighting for it is the Hill Academy, and they are pretty relentless in that way. Hill now controls it. Jeff Teat with it now at about the 30-yard line of the football field. Riley Curtis, the goal scorer for the Hill Academy, back to Teat. A fake and a goal. Great move by Dalton Follows. A pump fake and a goal. And what happens when you have such an attack like the Hill Academy is you really have to account for everybody there. And in doing so, the help defense sometimes can be missing, and you leave a little bit of space, and this Hill Academy team will take advantage of it.
They identified the short stick matchup and a real good shot offside on Levine. Not a whole lot he could do about that.
So 2-1 now the score in favor of the Hill Academy after the Raiders struck first. So much of this game is dependent on winning possession at the face-off circle, and the Raiders will start with it here.
Violation on the face-off guy procedure, so Hun ball.
Okay. See if Hun can take advantage. Here's Black with it to Probilski. Probilski, the goal scorer for the Raiders. An errant shot attempt. Andrew Kay is there, and Hun will maintain possession. Joined here by Jake and Grace McBride, our 2 producers of the broadcast. Been helping out all season long. Any live stream that you've seen, they've had a huge part in. Shot attempt stopped once again. That's 3 saves for Curson early in the game, and that was a pretty good shot attempt by Matt Schleicher. As Hill will come across midfield. This guy's got some wheels. Pass off the mark. Farnish picks it up.
It's a real good out by Farnish.
And a great outlet by Farnish. Owen Black with it now. Important for Hun in a game like this You tend to, when you play somebody of the caliber of the Hill Academy, you tend to think you have to play the perfect game. It's not necessarily the case. So if they make mistakes, have to be able to kind of put it behind them and get the next play.
And Coach Whitlow's really good about having them play early offense. He doesn't want them to hold on. There's a good move off the post. That ball was behind the goalie.
I think that hit 2 crossbars before it
traveled
out of bounds. And coming into your picture, you might see J.P. Sinnock, the manager of the boys lacrosse team, sprinting across the track as he has just finished his AP exam. JP, a valuable member to the lacrosse team, is sprinting at full speed. Here's Owen Black. Shot attempt is high. And Prabilski's going to have it now. Here's Schleicher to Campbell. Campbell with a nice move. And Campbell gets knocked on his butt, but we have a flag upcoming.
Should get a slash on the head. Huntschool will go up for a minute.
Oh, headed to the box.
6.
I believe that's Riley Curtis out for the Hill Academy. So Hun will be up a man.
Hun will start in their 3-3 and then bounce into something else. Probably let this run down quite a bit.
Okay. Here's Black. Black fakes, gets it back to Schleicher. Schleicher will rip it, and he does, and it will go out of bounds. Hun will maintain possession.
Looks like the defender got a piece of that, but that's the shot they wanted.
Schleicher is able to inch a little bit closer to the net to get a more reasonable shot. Here's Black. Black gets this one stopped by Curson. Owen Black, a great shot attempt, and here comes the Hill Academy shorthanded. Julian Guai across midfield gets it to Teat. Teat, so confident and deliberate with the ball in his stick.
And
and our tent just flew away. And we deal with the elements just to bring you live high school lacrosse action, ladies and gentlemen.
oh, we've got a goal.
I think we missed a goal. We did. And that will be a shorthanded goal for a Hill, and that will put them up 3-1. There's a little bit of confusion on the field.
And we've got a timeout for Huntschool. MV's going to gather the troops.
We'll take a timeout here on the field, and we will pause here as Hill leads Hun 3-1, 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Coming out of the timeout, the Hill Academy with a goal, a shorthanded goal going up.
We got something interesting going on. They gave
3-1.
possession. They must have waved the goal off. It's 3-1.
It is 3-1 on the scoreboard. We will see if the scoreboard changes and keep you updated. Oh, they did wave it off. So it's 2-1 now. Shot attempt, no good. And Hill will maintain possession. That shot came out of Tanner Cook's stick at about 93 miles an hour.
Oh boy.
Teat with a no-look pass underneath, and that's what he can do. He is a remarkable talent. Very, very impressive, finding a wide-open teammate.
It was a real nice play by Teague. They came out and covered him with a short stick. I don't know if they were trying to get into that zone that they had shown earlier, but that's something they might want to rethink.
So dangerous, so confident with the ball. There's really so much you have to account for. A couple of teams like IMG and Culver Academy tried to double team him for the entire game, and that didn't work either. So it's a tough one to figure. Some people say that he's going to make Cornell a national championship contender as soon as he steps foot on campus, which is pretty high praise. Semler working for the faceoff once again. And Hill will maintain possession. With it now, Jeffrey Stotts falls to his knees, finds a wide open Matthew Kim. Here's Teat.
Hunt tried to double pull off the face-off. Didn't get the result they wanted, but that's something they'll probably come back to. They've done that a lot this season.
Hill Academy with a pretty relentless attack. They put 3 on the board here in the first. Another behind the back, no-look pass. That time from Cook, and it's intercepted by Hun. Here comes Chris Fake.
Keep it simple.
There's Chris Renna with it now. Looking for Tom Barr. Out of his reach, and here's Probilski. Probilski looking for some room. Backs out and looks for a teammate.
And he clears a good clear for Hunt School right there. They'll take that. Really need to take care of the ball here, maybe get a good shot before the quarter runs out.
On being very careful with their offensive possession, which you really have to do against a team that's so good in transition like the Hill Academy.
So we lost a shoe, I think.
Okay.
Stay with
wet
Hunt.
out there. Conditions are not ideal. There's Pat Brake. And we're just going to wipe off the camera for you. This is a stationary camera, so we don't have anybody manning it.
It's good to getting the second midfielder run, and that caused a turnover. Here comes Hill Academy.
And a good look and a goal off the surface. Tanner Cook with a good goal for Hill Academy. That'll put him up 4-1 here in the first.
Good bounce shot, good transition by Hill Academy. You're going to let them out and run, that could be problematic.
It's almost like the Princeton offense in basketball is catered to stop faster-paced teams. That's really kind of what Hunt is trying to employ here. Nonetheless, Hill able to get back on board and build a 3-goal lead.
About 49 seconds here. Nice to get a face-off possession. See what they can do.
Semler between his legs gets it to Black.
Ooh.
And Black loses his stick. He's going to grab it as Jason Walker controlled. That's a good play by Walker to get possession for the Hill Academy. So Hill going to run their offense here. We have about 30 seconds to go. Here's Teat. Guarded by Fake. Shot attempt, goal. Too much space there. Damon Curry puts it through for the Hill Academy. 5-1 is the lead now.
Just a pretty two-man game right there. So worried about concentrating on 7. Pick and pop, really easy shot. Maybe a little too easy right there with about 4 seconds left.
4 seconds to go in the half. Not much Levine can do with that one. It looks like we will end the quarter, not the half. We will end the first period. The score
6-1.
6-1 in favor of the Hill Academy. Update that for you. Face off won by Hill. Fake loses a stick, and that'll do it for the first quarter. So if nothing else, now Hun knows how dangerous Hill can be in person. They've watched him on film all week, but now they're getting to see it in action.
It really is a kind of a different world as you look at these guys play. All the Canadian players, really smooth. The weather does not seem to be affecting them at all.
So we will take a break here, and we'll be back with the second quarter here live from the Hun School. All right, welcome back to the Hun School. We are live streaming the boys lacrosse game between the Hun School of Princeton and the Hill Academy alongside Pete Gillen. I'm Tom Monfoletto, and a 6-1 lead has built for Hill as their attack has proven to be a little bit difficult to defend, as Hun knew all too well coming in. Hill, the number 1 ranked team by all metrics in North America, for that matter, probably all of the world, coming into this game at 9-0. Hill Academy was founded by the Merrill family. The head coach is Brody Merrill, who played at Georgetown, also played in Major League Lacrosse and the National Lacrosse League.
One of the all-time most decorated players, maybe in the history of the sport, definitely in terms as a Canadian, played on the world team that beat the U.S. 2 years ago out in Denver, and it's a family operation that put this together.
So his father is the founder and CEO of the Hill Academy, which aimed to provide a place that would benefit student athletes to go to places where they would be challenged to the best of their ability in the classroom and on the field. And it is in Ontario, Canada, and a day consists of about 4 hours of training in the morning, followed by 4 hours of school in the afternoon, of classwork in the afternoon. And it started in kind of a conference hall, and then just kind of built, and they've started to build to the facilities at the Hill Academy to provide a better experience for their student athletes.
And they've really flipped the switch on it with the morning practices, kind of, looking at what's the best time to get the most out of their players. They also have a growing hockey program as well.
Exactly, yep. And a girls lacrosse program too, that Tori Merrill runs.
And that was a turnover on the clear by Hun School, so they're back playing defense. A lot of pressure on the defense early in this second quarter.
There's Chris Fake. Teat backing him down. And the shot goes over the goal. I think it might have been deflected by Levine there. And here's Tanner Cook, who has a goal already on the game, and
there's another
puts it in for another one.
There's a kind of a classic example of the Canadian style, one-handed, one hand off the stick as they come underneath and then just finishing through. Again, working on that short stick matchup with not much of a slide coming from Hun School.
And they're so used to kind of working in confined places because of the box lacrosse approach and the experience that they have. And one of the things that really fine-tunes is your accuracy. They play on smaller goals and in a more confined space. So they really don't have any fear when they're moving the ball around amongst each other or when they're shooting it on goal. They are pretty precise because of that training.
And the proof is really in the pudding for this, seeing them play. This has really taken over in the United States as well. This box training is everywhere with the club programs at the youngest levels. So if you can't beat them, you have to join them.
Right. And Fake will grab this one. That's a face-off win for the Raiders.
Good face-off win for the Raiders. They needed that.
Here's Andrew Kay behind the net for Hun. Gets it to James Campbell. Griffin Maroney headed to Salisbury next year as a phenomenal lacrosse program. And here's Owen Black. Matt Schleicher with it now.
Hun's got to take the approach of just one at a time here, get a little confidence back, see if they can get a good look.
Probilski with it now. Schleicher with a pick. Probilski doesn't want to use it. Back to Schleicher. Good move. Gets a little bit of space, and it gets knocked away. Campbell fighting for it.
It's a good ground ball.
Grabs it, and good fight there by Campbell. We have a whistle and a timeout on the field. So Hun will take a timeout, and we do have a Hun player down, but he pops right back up, and that's James Campbell. Took a couple whacks, a little bit of physicality.
Let's see, they'll probably try and draw something up here, see if they can get a matchup that they like. Try and get one here.
In this situation, how close is it to basketball?
Defensively, it's absolutely the same thing. Stay between your man and the goal, really talk, and communicate. One of the things that MV has been really stressing this year has been the communication on his defense. It's worked out pretty well. On the offensive end, again, it's a two-man game, just like you see so many basketball teams play. Pick, roll,
right? All
the things that you see on a basketball court translate really well. And so we'll see what MV comes up with here.
Our head men's basketball coach here, John Stone, actually coached girls lacrosse here for, I think, 3 or 4 years. And I remember him talking about how similar it is to basketball and how being a basketball coach really, really helped him make that transition.
And there are a lot of stories at Princeton about when Pete Carell was running his offense back in the day. The lacrosse coaches would spend a lot of time at their practices during the winter.
Wow. (7-1) is the score. We have 9 minutes to go here in the first half. It is a cold and rainy spring day here at the Hun School. Been raining off and on all day. We have a little bit of mist going right now. It's not hard rain, but it's enough for the wind to take and soak everybody, no matter what kind of coverage you have. Here's James Campbell. Black gets it to Schleicher. Schleicher looking for an opening, doesn't have it. He's going to work it back out to Black. Campbell back to Kay. Campbell, good move inside, gets it across to Probilski. Probilski backing down the defender, and it's knocked away by Hill.
Really good double team. Here comes Hill.
Transition game so effective. This shot attempt is no good. Travels out of bounds, but Hill will maintain possession. The shot attempt came from number 16, Julian Guai. And now Hun back on defense. Cam close. With it now.
They're back in their man defense, recognizing that trying to cover this group in the zone was problematic. Should also help ignite their tempo if they can get out quickly.
Here's Campbell on Shand. No real rush for the Hill Academy. Shand gets some great positioning. A beautiful pass. And that is Jaden Walcott with the goal for Hill. Score now 8-1.
Pretty good look. I think a little bit of ball watching on the top side for the Hun school. I think they were so worried about that dodge from the short stick from behind. Tough to fault them on that.
So it looks like Fake will come out once again for the face-off. Or no. Excuse me.
Liam Fitzgerald, maybe.
It might be Liam Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald fighting for it. Also a standout member of the hockey team here at Hun. We're going to have a whistle, and this will go to Hun. Hun with possession. Sam Schulter gets it to Maroney, and here's Probilski.
That was an example of a face-off where the referees had to call something. They just couldn't figure out what they were going to call. Too long on the ground.
Jake Rothman with it now. Back up to Andrews. And here's Maroney. Gets it to Probilski. Probilski tries to go underneath. Can't get it to go. And here's Andrew Kay with it now. Andrew Kay eventually headed to Penn State University, only a junior. Underneath, shot attempt by Maroney, no good.
Good luck trying to create something inside. Tough to be dialed in shooting in this wet weather, so if you can get in tight, might have a better opportunity.
Couple shot attempts here for the Raiders. Here's Probilski, gets it inside, gets it knocked away. Good defense there by Hill. That's Pat Brake. A little physicality there for the Raiders. And Hill will take over.
There you go. It's a good ride by Hun, causing a turnover, and see if they can capitalize. Oh.
A couple flags here. I believe that was Owen Black. Oh, I'm sorry. That's actually 24 Tom Barr.
Popped right up. He got sandwiched pretty good, but Hun will go up for a minute. Oh, refs are going to talk it over. They may give him an extra one.
Jeff Henrik, one of the captains for Hill, will spend some time in the box.
Locked in. It's going to be 2 minutes of man up. Hill Academy cannot release this, so if Hun can score and get it back, they could recover some momentum right here. They locked in the player. It was a high hit to the head.
8-1 is the score now in favor of Hill. Campbell to Kay. Here's Schleicher. Owen Black with it now. Every time they get a little bit closer. Schleicher with the shot attempt. And it is stopped by Curson. Once again, Curson's been outstanding.
He'll take this on a long lap. They've got a minute and a half to kill. Let's see if Hun will come out and pressure this a little bit.
It's Damon Curry who has a goal on the day so far.
Looks like they're going to let this penalty go and play 6-on-6. Hun decided not to press out. And we're at even lacrosse.
Hill finds a cutting Curry. A good shot attempt. I believe that was knocked away by the foot of John Levine. It'll go out of bounds, but Hill will maintain possession. Here's Cook. Back to Curry. Curry wants another one. Campbell and Black will switch. And Black with a beautiful deflection there. Campbell's going to grab it. He's going to lead Owen Black, and in stride picks up the ground ball. Here comes Black. It's a little momentum for the Raiders, and they're going to slow it down. It's Probilski. Probilski
It's a good move.
gets in and gets the goal. Luke Probilski with his second goal of the game. That makes it 8-2. Started with a beautiful deflection by Owen Black, a great hustle play by James Campbell, and a great pass. And then Owen Black finds Probilski, who does the rest himself.
Really good decision by Probilski. Kind of lulled him to sleep, thinking they were going to make the change, and decided to go hard to the cage. Caught Hill Academy napping a little bit.
So let's see if Hun can use this to their advantage. Chris Fake will come out for the face-off. He's 1 for 1 so far here today. He'll be battling against Justin Yancio. And Yancio will eventually win it for Hill. Cam Close controls it now for Hill. How often, the better lacrosse that you see, how often do you see guys that whose sole purpose is the face-off?
The FOGO has become everywhere. You know, even at the high school level, it's really surprising to see a kid who's a two-way midfielder and who faces off. And so you're definitely seeing that. You know, use it. That's a moving pick right there. It should be Hun's opportunity to run.
Here we go. Here comes Hun. It's Chris Renna.
Got numbers.
Get it to Maroney. Maroney looking for Andrews. And it will hit the turf. I think that's Luke Probilski who grabbed it for the Raiders. Probilski scored both goals for Hun. Backs down the defender. Here's Andrew Kay. We have a flag upcoming. Shot attempt and a goal.
There we go.
Chris Andrews, headed to Franklin and Marshall next year, puts it in for the Raiders.
It's a good goal, and I think we're going to get another high hit. I don't think this will get wiped off, and so they will face off with Hun up a man for a minute.
So a goal and a penalty. It's a pretty good possession there for the Raiders. Great shot by Andrews. Semler back on the field. Trying to grab another possession for Hunt.
Slash 1 minute, so be a man up face off for Hun School.
At the very least, 3 goals have proven that Hun can find a little bit of space, a little bit of leeway, and a little bit of breathing room on the offensive end. Although, once they get past the defense of Hill Academy, Josh Curson has been waiting and has been pretty formidable.
Ooh.
There's another flag against Hill. And that will send Justin Iancio to the box as well.
That must have been the third face-off violation of the half for Hill Academy, which will be a 30-second technical foul. So this is a nice opportunity, up 2 men, maybe get one quickly here, build some momentum going into halftime.
I'm sure Hun would absolutely love to get this deficit down to 3 if they can. Got to get 1 first. Black thought about it, got it back out to Campbell. Campbell off the crossbar and out of bounds. Prabilski's there for the Raiders. A good look there from Campbell.
Just released the first penalty. They have 30 seconds of the man up.
And Black,
stop.
A great shot attempt. Curson with another beautiful save. And here comes Hill. Great pass. To Matthew Bosino.
Timeout, Hill Academy. Try and save the possession.
Hill will call a timeout. 1 minute and 25 seconds to go, and we'll take a short break as well. All right, and we're back. 1 minute and 25 seconds to go. Hill coming off a timeout. Going to try to put 1 or 2 more in before the end of the half. Hun on a 2-goals-to-none run, but that was after Hill built an 8-1 lead.
Now even Hun's back in their base defense, man to man. Hill will be very deliberate for the next minute.
Here's Damon Curry, guarded by Campbell. Campbell getting pretty physical with him. Curry stands his ground.
It's good patience right there.
Cook back to Curry. Here's Teat.
Should go early on this. Nice defense.
Good D there by Campbell. And here's Levine with it now. That's great defense by the Raiders. Farnish gets it to Fake. Fake can move. 10 seconds to go. Here's Black. Owen Black rips this one and puts it in. 5 seconds to go. Owen Black puts it in for the Raiders, making the score 8-4.
That's a great way to finish the half for the Raiders. Real nice shot by Owen in transition. Really reared back and let one go.
Great defensive play by James Campbell to get the ball loose and Levine to come out of the net and have the foresight to get it down the field. Chris Fake with the assist on that one. With 5 seconds to go, Owen Black cuts the lead in half.
He moved, white ball.
It's another flag.
Hunt School.
Another violation.
Hunt School trying to hold this for 5 seconds so they won't have to face off to start the second half. Probably the best possible situation for them. They'll go heavy pressure here from Hill Academy, but that was their 4th violation of the half, another penalty.
Wow. Black just trying to sprint away from the defenders, and they will maintain possession for the final 5 minutes. And Hunt's got to be feeling pretty good after that. 8-4, the score at halftime. It looked pretty dreary after that first period, but Hunt did a great job in the second period to cut the deficit down to 4 goals, and did a pretty nice job to close out the first half.
Yeah, they got to feel really good about how they finished, and then to start the second half man up if they can get one, make it 8-5.
And we will be back in 9 minutes and 45 seconds with your second half.
Hun's going to start man up, so no face-off to start the second half. It's 8-4. And Hun is playing much better in the second quarter rather.
All right, welcome back. So Hun will start with it as they finished with it to end the first half, and that's James Campbell. Andrew Kay with it now to Owen Black. Chris Andrews, who put one in for the Raiders, has it now. Campbell thought about it behind the back. Shot attempt, no good. Right back out to Campbell. Fakes the pass. Probilski fighting for it. Grabs it behind the net. Outlet to Owen Black. Good snag by Black.
Really good look for Hun School. Rang one off the post. They're back to even lacrosse.
Julian Guai locked in a battle there with Andrew Kay. Here's Chris Andrews. Also a pretty good soccer player here for the Raiders. Probilski to Campbell to Black. Here's Andrew Kay.
That was a good matchup for him. Unfortunately, didn't get it on cage.
Probilski with it behind the goal. He has 2 of Hun's 4 goals. Probilski headed to Villanova next year from Westfield, New Jersey. Owen Black with it now. Been fun to see Black kind of coming into his own here on the lacrosse field and the football
field. There's a great
goal
right there.
What an impressive goal by Owen Black. My goodness.
That was a Canadian-style goal against a Canadian team. Real nice move by Owen coming around from the backside. 8-5.
And we're going to take a look at the replay here. That's a really good effort by Owen. All right, so face-off upcoming. 8-5 the score now. Hunt right back in it. That's Fake and Farnish giving Iancio the business.
Well, looks like they picked one up, maybe got one on the head. Hunt will play man down, but first they got to get a stop.
So we do have a penalty upcoming. It's Riley Curtis with it, who has a goal for Hill. Teat headed to Cornell University. Like to say the quarterback of this offense. Works on a pick from Tanner Cook. Finds Curry, and it's knocked away nicely by Riley Nesselrode. Headed to the University of Vermont next year to continue his lacrosse career from Denver, Colorado.
Foul on Chris Fake, it looks like, off the face-off, 1 minute slash.
All right, so the Raiders will be forced to play a man down here against this high-powered offense of the Hill Academy. Looks like Teat plays in slow motion.
It's a good save. Good
Stop
save by Levine
Levine.
right there.
Great work by Levine and a great pass to Horahan. Here's Black. Escapes Riley Curtis. Black gets it to Prabilski deep inside the Hill Academy zone.
This is a good matchup right here if Owen's got any gas left. Hill decides to pressure.
Prabilski with a little bit of space. Tries to find Campbell. Can't quite do it. Campbell fights to get the ground ball. Great play by Campbell. Here's Black. Black knocked away by Kirsten.
Good save, good ground ball.
The Raiders get it back. See if they can take advantage. Andrew Kay rips one. Kirsten stops it. Kay with another ground ball. And it eventually goes to Hill Academy, back to Kirsten. Great defense there by Hill. A couple good attempts and good looks for the Raiders. Thwarted by Kirsten. It helps when you have a goalie of the caliber that both of these teams have.
Definitely seeing how strong Hill Academy goalie is down low. They might want to get back to shooting a little higher. I think they thought with the wet turf it would be helpful, but he stopped a lot down low. Hill Academy's really spread out right now. He'll spread him way out. Being very patient and deliberate with the ball.
Good defensive effort there by the Raiders, specifically from Tom Barr, number 24. And it'll go back to Teat. Curry.
Working the two-man game they've had really good success with in the first half against the two short sticks. Looks like Hunt has gone to something of a shutoff on Teague.
And Curry rips this one past Levine for the 9th goal of the game for Hill. That's a tough one to stop for Levine. Damon Curry with a great goal, another one for the Hill Academy.
Topside, good left-handed shot, almost a carbon copy of the one he scored earlier in the first half.
Semler back out to the circle, try to win this face-off for the Raiders. Had a great weekend this past weekend inducting Hall of Fame members. One of them, Brian Giordano, who played 4 years of lacrosse at Notre Dame, was an All-American, was all-time leading scorer here at the Hunt School, graduated in 2001. His brother, Chris Giordano, played on that in goal for the Raiders, part of one of the best defenses of the 2000s. That included Craig McGovern and Brian Severance of Rumson, New Jersey. And Hill, as you said, Pete, very deliberate on offense here. Really looking for the best possible opportunity.
It's a good save by
Good save by Levine. Good defense there by Fake and Horahan as well. Levine tries to get it to Black. Can't get it to him. Curtis gets it to Cook. And Black's got to scramble back.
Unlucky once again. Very, very good ride by Hill Academy. That turnover resets the offense. Hun's got to be patient. Going to an invert look here against the short stick, which they've had good success with all day.
Chris Renna defending. Here's Cook once again. Back to Teat. Fake has been tasked with keeping a lock on Teat all game. He's done a pretty decent job. Teat does have a couple really nice key assists.
Here's that two-man game again against the short sticks, just like basketball.
Here's Teat with a beautiful look, and there we go again. As I say that, another beautiful look inside, and a goal for Hill. The goal scored by number 39, Tyler Stinson. And Hill increases their lead to 5 goals.
And again, that all started with the two-man game on the far side, and then just a nice pass and look inside. Really well executed lacrosse right there.
And Liam Fitzgerald will attempt to face off here. Possession so key in this game. And that's an immediate win by Iancio.
And again, the make it take it nature of a face-off, really hard to get back into a game if you can
Right.
keep doing that.
Yep.
When Huns had the ball on offense, they've done a real nice job, but they just haven't seen much of it this quarter.
Curry blows by break, and we'll toss this one out of bounds looking for Riley Curtis. And Hun will take possession. Chris Fake will grab it.
Nice to see even the best teams in the country turn it over without a lot of pressure.
It's a nice pass there from Mike Farnish, and it will go out of bounds. Attempted to get it to Tom Barr, number 24.
Yep.
But it will go back to Hill.
I think I jinxed that one. And good pressure. Now they've got to make a stop here. Trouble.
Wow. Great.
Yeah.
Great ball movement. Fantastic ball movement, and we might get another penalty against Hun here.
Could be
as the score goes to 11-5. As there was a push after the shot.
Goal's good, but not. It was in the run of play, so that'll wipe it off. They'll face off at even strength. But that was good pressure initially from Hun on the ride, but as they got out in transition, tic-tac, great goal.
Some pretty impressive ball movement there from Hill, as they now have a 6-goal lead. They have led by as many as 7 here today. Hun cut the deficit to 8-5 before Hill has gone on this 3-goal run.
And again, it's all about possession. Hun School just has not had the ball on the offensive end.
Yep. Julian Guay with it after a nice face-off win by Iancio. Curry to Teat, Tanner Cook. Almost a wide open look, about 4 feet from the net, and that's what has been able to be provided for this Hill attack. Some good ball movement, good vision, and all led by Jeff Teat.
And again, it was a good slide, but then the recovery on the backside, they knew exactly where they wanted to go. And when you have the best high school player in the country playing attack behind, he's going to find that open man. Hun takes a timeout.
Oh, Hun will take a timeout with 1 minute and 38 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Hill leads 12-5. .139 to go here in the third quarter.
Yep, see you guys.
Hill on a bit of a run here, scoring 4 unanswered goals, make the score 12-5. Hun made it as close to 8-5 immediately at the start of the second half, but it's been all Hill thereafter.
Hun's going to 2 long poles on the face-off again, see if they can make something happen.
And a whistle, and it'll go.
And a white ball.
To Hun. Chris Fake, another nice job on the face-off.
Seems like it's been a long time since Hun played offense, with about a minute and a half. Maybe they can get a good look here.
Black loses it, tries in desperation to knock it away, but can't do it. Hill has it. Campbell fights for it. Campbell's been a beast on the ground balls today. This is one of the more inspired efforts we've seen out of him. James Campbell headed to the University of Pennsylvania next year. And here's Black.
All right. 35 seconds here. See if they can get a good look.
Oh, I don't think Campbell was even looking for that.
I think he and Black are a little gassed. They've been on the field a lot.
Yeah. Here comes Hill. They have some numbers. Teat across field to Curtis.
Got him.
And a beautiful hit from Chris Fake, but they're going to throw a flag on this one. It was a...
They're going to call a high hit. Tough to make that decision. I don't think he followed through.
It was a pretty dangerous pass there from Curtis. Kind of left his teammate there out to dry, and Fake lowered the boom. Fake also a pretty good defensive end for the Hun football team. We'll see if we can take another look at it here as this ended the third quarter. So let's take a look at the replay here.
I think what you see, they may get him for getting his hands up, but it looked like a pretty good hit from up here. But it will draw 1 minute foul.
You'll see the pass here from Curtis, number 6. A good look. I don't know. We'll see. A little bit high. But a penalty nonetheless. And Hill will enter the fourth quarter leading 12-5. And they will do so with a man up.
It looks like Hill's going to make a goalie change to start the fourth quarter. Oh, no face-off.
Fourth quarter of play and a face-off. Not even necessary here, as Hill will start with it.
So they'll say that was a dead ball foul. Should make this a minute. And Hill Academy will start with no face-off.
That is Chris Fake, number 31, in the box for the Raiders as we get started here in the fourth period of play.
They've got Teat up top being the quarterback. They'll probably just leave him up there.
And Teat is just incredibly unselfish as well, as this one goes off the crossbar and into the stands. Rarely looks for his own shot.
Probably has, 4 or 5 assists today.
Like a John Stockton almost out there on the field looking to set his teammates up.
Looks like they may try and get him a goal now. They've got him inside. There it is. And there he is right there. Decided to get a goal. Really, really nice box fake that froze the defense, and not a lot that Levine could do about that shot.
Yeah, very, very impressive, Jeff Teat. It's been a pleasure watching him so far here today. That makes the score 13-5 in favor of Hill. At 11 minutes and 19 seconds of play here. Number of Hun students and parents braving the conditions here. Take in some great lacrosse.
Definitely not what you think of when you think of a May lacrosse date.
No, not at all. These are revenant type conditions. Iancio with another face-off win. And he will get it off to Guai. Guai can absolutely fly. Teat once again. Tanner Cook with it. And it'll go to Curry. Curry's got a couple on the day. Dalton follows number 40 right there, as you saw with it at the top. He's got a goal of his own as well. Here he is with it now.
And again, still just relentless, picking on the short sticks, really high lacrosse IQs.
This game has it, and one of the things that I noticed, here's follows, rips this one past Levine. That one is tough to stop, so that makes the score 14-5. One of the things I've noticed in this game, one of the things I noticed in the Haverford game in the finals of the Interac Championship last year is Haverford was extremely physical. You don't see so much of that out of the Hill team. They don't. It's almost like they don't even need to use that strategy at all. They're just quick, fast, and they just get away from it.
And again, everybody talks about the higher the level you get, the more skilled you are. There's less opportunity for that physicality, and they've really tried to take a lot of that out of the game. The high hits, that penalty that we were questioning earlier.
Right.
That's an example of something that they just don't tolerate anymore. And
would that have been tolerated years ago?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a very recent kind of change. That's a good face-off win right there.
Levine out of the net, gets it to Farnish. I believe that was fake. That couldn't quite control it. And this will go to Hill.
And they'll push this. Good face-off win. Unfortunate, couldn't get the transition. But no, when the ball's not on the ground, there are not as many opportunities for that physicality. And this team has not put the ball on the ground very much.
Right. Cam close, taking some heat from Campbell, gets it to Curtis. Curtis has been all over the place here today. 14-5 the score in favor of the Hill Academy from Ontario, Canada. Good defense there, and here's Fake with it. Fake gets it knocked away. Maroney giving chase.
Just good pressure, but a good force that turnover. A new goalie for Hill Academy.
It's Kyle Bear. That's what we're going to go with.
Good Canadian sounding.
Yeah. Hill back into the Hun zone. 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the game. What a pass.
And another really good goal.
Goal scored by number 39, Tyler Stinson. That's his second of the game. The assist goes to Teat once again. Again, they have absolutely no fear when they're passing the ball. They can fit it into very, very tight spaces, and they are not hesitant. And Teat, once again, with a pinpoint pass. And usually, what we've seen here today, when one of those excellent passes is made, it's finished.
It's finished in the back of the net, and Hill Academy makes wholesale changes on the attack. That should be the end of the day for Teat. Really impressive performance on the offensive end for Hill Academy. Hun jumped early.
That's another win for Iancio. And with 8 minutes to go, Hill's going to spread it out as wide as they can.
And Hun's just got to try and stay focused here, take some positives away from this experience, knowing that they're going into the Interac Challenge and the States. This is as good a test as you'll see.
It is, and you go through Hun's schedule, and it's amazing the teams that they play. It's really, really impressive, the talent and the level of competition that they've been able to put on the schedule. And I think that's what all great teams need to do. And they go up and they play Bergen Catholic. They go up, they go down, and they play St. Augustine. They play the Brunswick School here a couple weeks ago, and just had a tight game and a very close game, but end up on the losing end of a 7-6 ball game. And they'll play anybody. Obviously, the Hill Academy, the best team in the world, and they'll go in the Interact Challenge. They played Malvern earlier this year. You know, and the cool thing about it now is with MV Whitlow in his 5th year, I believe, here at the Hun School, or 4th or 5th year. Hun has become one of those teams that other people mention in that regard when they talk about scheduling.
No, there's another shot by Owen Black, but this is now a destination stop. Absolutely, right. The best teams will come to Hun School, and you know you look at their schedule, look at their record. You go, you know, 9-4, but you know some of the best teams in the country.
Right. Probilski fights his way into the crease, but this one is not.
Kind of an all or nothing dodge there, but at this point, why not?
Yeah. Couldn't find an adjective there, but we'll let that one go. We got about 6 minutes, 15 seconds to go here in the game.
Hun's still got its top group out there. Really, you know, want to make sure that they keep this together.
Little shoulder there from Cam Garland on the field for the first time today for Hill.
That is an enormous human being.
Well, you could tell from all the way up here. That's impressive. Here's Matt Schleicher. Try to put one in the back of the net for the Raiders. Pick by Black. Probilski looking for some space. He's not getting it, but he did draw a penalty.
Did draw a penalty, and we might get another one. Yes, we're going to get a second one.
The second one.
Should be 2 on Hill Academy, a little too physical.
I think that might be against the Hun School, judging by the complaints from the fans here. We will have. Yeah, no, you're right.
I think what we've got is we've got a slash on the initial play, and I think we've got an unsportsmanlike.
Maybe some interference. I don't know.
Yeah, in the crease, looked like a little extra business going on inside.
All right.
So Hun again will be up 2 men.
Hun up 2. Let's see if they can take advantage. Pretty much an insurmountable lead now with 5 minutes to go. A 10-goal lead for Hill. But an opportunity nonetheless for the Raiders. 5 minutes to go. There's Andrews, who has scored on the day. Campbell fires this one, and it'll go out of bounds. The Hun goal scored by Owen Black has 2. Luke Probilski has 2. And Chris Andrews has 1. And those are your 5. Andrew Kay, good look inside, and a goal. Finish. I believe that is Chris Andrews once again, as we will attempt to grab a replay of that one.
And again, real good ball movement from Hun on the man up just as the first penalty was expiring. Coach Whitlow will be happy with the man up team today.
And we'll take another look at that goal. Good look by Kay, and then Andrews finishes it up high. Nice goal for the Raiders. Four and a half minutes to go here in the game. Hun down by 9, and they will get possession.
Nice face-off win.
Here's Rothman. Gets it to Schleicher. Schleicher with a huge game against the Hill School Mid-Atlantic Prep League opponent as the Raiders took the Maple Championship earlier this week. Schleicher with a couple big goals in that one. So Hunt back-to-back Maple champs, looking to be back-to-back Prep A state champs. They play Lawrenceville here on Monday to try to wrap that up. And then, as you mentioned, the Interact Challenge thereafter.
Doesn't get any easier for them going forward.
Does not get any easier. They had a tough game in similar conditions against Lawrenceville. They escaped with a narrow victory. Shot attempt is stopped by Hebert. And this one on the ground, and Hill will scoop it up. Driving towards the net and then backing it out is Guai, I believe. Nope, that was Cam Close.
Again, with about 3 minutes left to go. It's good hustle play.
Good play by Farnish to knock it out of bounds. Farnish, as we said, headed to Notre Dame next year.
Played for Coach Beezer in Pennsylvania last year.
Shot attempt from Close is no good, but Hill will maintain possession. Nestle Road.
There we go.
Able to create space for Farnish to grab this ground ball.
Oh, make the look.
And here's Andrew Kay with it now behind the cage. Loose ball here, scooped up by Hill. Kay was looking for Devin Cowan.
Nice check and good pressure.
And Griffin Maroney, great snag. Can't find Cowan, and Hill's going to grab this one as well.
That's good pressure again. No give up here. Really good work on the ride.
Good defensive work there by Hill. With it now, Matt DeLilla. Matthew Kim with it. He's going to work it over to his teammate, and he will head to the sidelines. Owen Hill with it for Hill.
Minute 20 left. Be interested to see if Hunt can get the ball back. Good pressure.
Some good defense there by Michael Page, the freshman from Avon by the Sea. Defenseman for the Raiders. There's Page with it. Good look to Campbell. Campbell off the mark. Scooped up by Hill. Under 20 seconds to go here. And Hill will just hold it as the clock winds down.
Well, everything we'd heard about Hill Academy played out rather well.
Yeah, I'd say they lived up to the hype.
Very good effort by Hunt School, though.
I agree. I think this is something that Hunt can be proud of. I think, as you said, take the positives from this game, and this is only going to make them better in the long run. Everybody's healthy, and that's a good effort from Hunt. That's a really good team in the Hill Academy. Pretty cool to have them here on campus today.
This is 2 years in a row that Hunt School has ended up playing the #1 team.
Yeah.
Hereford School last year and now Hill Academy. So that's that's a heck of a program, as is the Hunt School, as they continue to get better.
Absolutely. And up next for Hun, the Prep A Championship right here Monday night. That'll be streamed live via the Strive Network right here from the Natali Family Field. For Pete Gillen, Jake McBride, Grace McBride, thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.